Here we are at Coronado Memorial in southern Arizona. I'm about a half mile from the US-Mexican border, and I'm gonna go to the cave. See, cave trail. No dogs or bicycles. Bear alert. Allow 2 hours for a cave visit. Well, I don't know if it'll take me that long, but we'll see. So here's the trail. It can get kind of confusing here, but yeah, I just figured I'd show you the beginning part of the trail. And you can see there's a couple people hiking up there. There's all sorts of trails here. I mean, I obviously wouldn't do this for a workout. It's nowhere near as challenging as the hike up Miller Canyon. Although the first time I went to Miller Canyon, for the first time it was mostly for sightseeing, but now I do it for a workout. I'm going to do that when the weather cools off a little bit more. Actually, the weather's almost cool enough where I can do it now, but you know, when it's warm out, you know, like during the summer, it's really tough. And I think in one of my other videos, I showed you how much I sweat going up there. It's kind of disgusting. So, this looks like a dry riverbed. In fact, it is. And I think up here, I don't know how well you can see it, but they have the area flagged as far as where the trail goes. So I gotta just follow it. Last time I got misled off the track, and actually the trail diverts from the dry riverbed about halfway up. But I stayed on the riverbed, and then I came to a place where there were really tall rocks that I didn't want to risk going over and hurting myself. See, there's a pink flag there. So yeah, pretty much this is the beginning, and I'll show you a little bit more as I continue my hike up there to the cave. Alright, as you can see, I've made some progress here. There's some more flags here. What I found out was, last time when I made an attempt to go there, I was actually going the wrong way for quite some time. So, if it wasn't for these flags put up, I would have gone the exact same way. And as you can see, there's more flags up here. It's like, hey, this way, this way. Okay. When I hiked up Miller Canyon Trail to Miller Peak, it was obviously, you know, more obvious. It was more obvious that I was going the correct way because the trail was pretty much like this. And yeah, it got narrower. It would narrow, but at the same time, the trail there's pretty frequently traveled. Now, in this case, part of the trail was the dry riverbed. So that can be misguiding if the trail goes onto the dry riverbed and then it veers away. So that's why it's very important for the flags to be in place. So yeah, I don't know if you noticed that when I hiked up Miller Canyon Trail, the trail was really wide at first. You only take a four-wheeler on it, even though the sign says not to. But once you start going up a steep hill, the trail gets real narrow. and they actually have signs that say, you know, what the number of the trail is and how many miles you have to go until a certain checkpoint. So yeah, it's a lot easier for some of the hiking trails. And also, you can get a map at a local ranger's office or a map store where it'll show you all the trails in the Huachuca Mountains. That's what this is. This is the Huachuca Mountain Range. It starts pretty much here in the southern area, just north of the border, and heads about 20 miles northwest to the northern part of the Fort Huachuca, which is the northwestern side of Sierra Vista. As you can see, made some progress here. I think that's the cave entrance. Here are the steps. I don't think those steps are natural. I think somebody constructed those. When I started seeing these steps, I was actually encouraged, knowing that somebody has been here. So, alright, let's see what the sign has to say. Oh, wonder where that's going to lead to. It's dark, so I'm going to need to wear my headlight. So that's this thing right here, and it goes on my head like this. Right. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna get going down there. I don't think anybody's home, so yeah, I do need to have my light. So you can see I'm still quite a ways from the top. Alright, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to record any video, but I might be able to take some pictures. So, wipe some sweat off my eyebrows. So, well, I'll share my experience once I'm out there. Well, I guess you can see there's practically no light in here. A little bit of light from the outside, but it's the roof, ceiling, pretty much it. Cool. Okay, so I'm back from the cave. The experience was kind of neat. You know, walk down where the dirt and rocks are, and pretty much, you know, there's no light down there. You need a flashlight. The air is pretty filthy. You know, there's dust flying all over the place, and the pictures I took, it pretty much looks like I'm underwater with a bunch of debris floating around. But other than that, you know, I saw a few neat rocks that were down there hanging from the ceiling and coming up from the ground, but it wasn't really what I expected. I thought I was going to see a lot of crystals down there, you know, a lot of the neat stuff that forms over many years. Well, I think through the years people have been going down there and taking stuff out. You know, the sign says not to, but then again, I mean, the cave's been there for, you know, at least a few thousand years. So I would think that, you know, the Indians or some of the Native Americans, you know, went down in there and took some stuff out, and, you know, it just kind of sucks, you know, nowadays. You know, you go down in a cave, even in a cave where it's well structured and you get tours, you know, the very popular caves. There's a cave in Pennsylvania called Crystal Cave I went to about 18 years ago, and there were a lot of neat crystals down there, but through the years, even before they had the area well structured, you know, with people working there, you know, people throughout the years were taking stuff out, and it probably goes back to, you know, a couple thousand years ago. So you know, it's just disappointing that nowadays you can't really find anything nice, you know, even though the sign says don't take anything that's not, you know, yours. But oh well, you know, the rules aren't enforced enough, or, you know, they're established kind of late, I guess. But that's about it, and you know, hope you enjoyed the video. Unfortunately, it was too dark down there in the cave, so I wasn't able to really get anything. I shot a little bit of you know, film, but can't really see anything. But yeah, that's about it.